It's on. It's running. Fire away.
Is it running?
Yep. It's running.
What you
want to talk about? Something.
Let's show that hosel thing that I'm talking about, because you get an idea what I'm talking about. The hosel has got to be just the inside of the ball, and it has to be there every time. That the only thing that you have control over is this stick from this point up to here. That's the only thing you have control over. The face is gonna interact with the ground, but from there,
Go
what
down,
you do?
Push one through.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hit it. Just go that way, and I'll just.
Okay.
I'll go through there.
Here, just push it right to me. There we go. The face is controlled by the grip, and then the only thing that changes from swing to swing is how you either close or open the face for each shot. But the hosel goes to the same position every time, no matter what shape the shot is.
Good play. Very good.
That's the only thing that stays the same. So how are you supposed to have a repeatable golf swing if you're trying to do different things on every swing?
True.
You have to do something. You have to do something the same.
Yep. Things that stay the same. Your ankles stay the same.
Yeah.
Your toes can vary. Your ankle spot's always going to stay the same. So
Right.
We know that we can always set our ankles the same spot underneath us. I always set my ankles somewhere underneath my armpits. That's consistent. It's over my armpits. For the most part, my head pretty much stays in the same spot. This dot in particular. So there's three things on me that don't move. I can do this. Alright? My ankles ain't moved. They're still in the same spot. They're just leaning one way or the other. My knees have moved. So those things don't move. So if we always keep that same relationship on the ground.
Well, on that note, I think I got a way to explain this. I was just kind of thinking about it. It's your body is going to make a tripod. Right. It sounds kind of weird, but
the hosel's the last piece.
Yeah,
out here.
the ankles, Lee's ankles are 2 points of the tripod. Then the hosel point is the third point. Then the top of the tripod is the clavicle. Clavicle or the C6, whichever you prefer to use. What's cool is that when I talk about that plane, the glass plane going through, they're going through right on the same points.
Show that.
My glass plane goes down to that point.
Right.
It's running through just above my clavicle and just above my C6, because when I slide the hosel on the inside of my glass plane, my painted glass, it'll be right on the C6 and the clavicle.
Correct.
So it'll be in the same position every time.
Right. And everybody's glass plane has different tilts to it.
Yeah.
Some people's glass planes tilt this way.
Some real
Some
horse.
actually tilt this way. Some tilt this way. The glass plane can tilt a variety of ways.
My whole point is you have to find points of reference that stay the same every time.
When you get in this position here, then the glass plane levels out. Because anatomically, the human body's to get the hip square, this forward foot's got to be opened. All right. Most people get, and I get this way. But here you're gonna have a little body tugging and stuff. So I just prefer this because mine's, as a while ago when you're walking up, it's this way, that way, this way, that way. So the club's actually going to see this grip thing. Going to see with the hand twirling. I just keep the motion going down and through, down and past me. This would be it from this side, down and past me, down and past me. So when I do this, you see, you look at my video, you'll see that. At some point in time, this head's got energy, so it's going to go up. So that's the motion of C motion. You make two C's. A C here, and a C here. Or you got a C coming up, C coming down. Golf's all about threes, triangles, but.
See, now that brings a good point up. What you're talking about too is because your painted glass is more. Let me see if I can explain this. Your pane of glass goes more to the left because you kind of twirl it up and then you go hard to the left.
Right.
So your pane of glass is more that way. Mine
Left, yeah.
is more closer to the target line, but that's the two different shot shapes we're trying to hit.
Right.
See, that's another good point, is it can be in different positions. It doesn't have to be in the same spot.
I'm a fader of a golf ball. I play my best golf when the ball works left to right. So it's the vision I like to have the most.
Yeah, see, that's when I play my best golf is, and this is, I've tried my whole life to fade it, but I play better when I hit a little trap draw that moves about 3 yards right to left. And that's just the reason why I do that is so I can spin it.
Yeah.
More compression so I can spin it.
I'm with you.
Here, let me hit a couple so that everybody can see the difference in the two. It's the same motion. It's the same motion. It's just different. What's up, my shoes?
I love the shoes. Fila has got a new pair of shoes. They're called something toes. My wife showed them to me. I'm gonna get a pair tomorrow.
Yeah.
The last two toes are connected.
Well, this is cool because then I can feel the ground so much better, which is where I'm trying to. And I get the hosel in the same spot. Now for me, it's a little more vertical.
All rear side powered, however you want to call it.
Yeah, it's like you, it's a little more like you're hinging it up and it drops.
Yeah, I use more. I use gravity as my friend.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I'm more of a, I wouldn't say rigid, but I'm more pick it up and push it through.
we're talking about when you keep the sternum still. You're now ringing the bell. That's how you ring the bell.
Absolutely, the bell. This is the top of the bell. The clavicle is the anchor point of the clapper, and then your center of gravity is the clapper. But this has to stay centered so you can ring the bell. You can rotate, but this has to stay in the same spot. This is a little circle. That's why when I talk about the pane of glass, is you really can't move your neck too much, so that way the clapper stays in the same spot.
Right.
Then you can ring the bell pretty good.
So the spinal area rings the bell. There we go.
I feared that.
Don't do that.
That one I found you pretty good.
It's all about the shoes, though.
Well, now the shoes are really what's great is because, here, let me get everybody. There's no spikes. It's just it's just smooth. And there's no padding in there. That's just the bottom of my foot. It's just a rubber piece to protect my foot. You can see how my toes can move. And that's what I'm doing, is I'm gripping the ground with my toes. See, now that's what gives me the balance.
Love those ankles, the toes.
See, and if you come up, try to kind of get close to my feet, you can see my toes are up right here. But right before I take the club back, see them grip down. Then from there, it's just, see, it holds me steady. Then I can use my ankles. Boy, I fell over and still hit that thing at the flag.
I was kind of crowding you.
That's all right. It don't matter to me. I don't care anymore. I don't even see stuff anymore. The only points of reference I have is where I'm trying to hit my hosel on the ground and where I want the ball to go.
I'm digging that.
I'm trying to connect the dots. I'm trying to go from that point to that point. And I don't really care what happens in between.
And this is an important point I like to make. And it's got really, so since starting before CMOTION, what hurt?
My back and my knee.
What hurt?
Left knee and my back.
And what hurts now?
Nothing.
So
if anything, I get a little more pain in the in my shoulder blade just because I'm pushing through, but not my back. My lower back doesn't hurt. My knee doesn't hurt because there's no torque on it. See, that's another thing too, is I used to have a really bad horizontal slide, and it was, here, let me, just for funsies, see if I can still do it. Yeah,
Ooh.
There it was. Come underneath it and still turn it. And I can play good like that too. as long as I didn't hurt. But now, you can see the difference in it is it's more, is I just kind of keep that clavicle there.
Looks like you're falling left right off the bat.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason why everybody on
yeah. I hate it when you fall. Every time you fall left, you hit.
Oh, yeah.
You hit the pin.
Well, that's the reason why on tour, over about the last about 5 years, if you ask the tour players, they'll say Steve Stricker's got the best golf swing. Because Stricker's golf swing doesn't do anything. All these positions stay solid. He hinges the club back and slides it through. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't have any moving parts.
Bingo.
You can't miss when you do that. I would advocate people to not hinge their wrist and see how good they can hinge it.
Hinge an elbow rather than a wrist, maybe.
Yeah, you hinge the elbow and not the wrist.
There you go.
You notice I had to feel it.
Well, that's all right, but that's what elbow does. It hinges. So is the knee. The knee hinges.
Yeah, for me, I'm trying to keep it. This is what it feels like. It feels like I'm keeping it straight, but what it is this is hinging, and then this is extending.
So the hinging of your elbow brings the forearm and the club unit closer to you for a little store up.
Right. If I had to describe it to somebody, the simplest way that I could describe it is it's a hinge and extension. That's what the CMOTION is to me.
I like that. Hinge and extension.
And extension.
I like that.
And that's.
And your right arm kind of balances you out. Powers you out, it balances you out, it spins you in a circle. Gets the job done every time.
See, but you could take. I'm hitting those things here. This
Yeah.
is cool.
You hit the flag. You actually hit the flaggy part of the flag.
Yeah, I'm starting to hit them so often now. I don't even notice.
I mean, you've hit every one of them right by it.
Yeah, it's See, but that's like if you get guys that stand really close to it, like Jim Furyk, how he brings it up and then dumps it down. You can do stuff like that too, as long as you have your aim point with the hosel. You can bring it up and still hit it.
Ooh,
good.
ooh.
Well, that's how different guys do it.
I know, but you almost hit it again.
Yeah. There's the points, and that's where it is. The ankles, the clavicle, and the hosel. Those are to me the 4 points of reference.
And the elbow, ironically, is in the kind of middle of that triangle.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of it. But as long as you have your 4 points of reference, it's like I'm trying to think of what I can use to describe it. It's like if you're doing land surveying, you have to have a point of reference so
Correct.
that you can take accurate measurements.
It's called in the human body, it's called proprioceptors.
Right. See, now that I have my points of reference set up to where I'm looking for my shot, I know where my points are going to be. So I know where they need to be on every swing. I've got to get that point right underneath my clavicle, and those 2 points need to be perfectly in the middle of these 2 points. Once I find my points of reference and I feel good about it, then it's just hinge it up and extend it through.
Oh my.
Oh!
That went right down the
that
shaft.
One rode all the way up and came back down. But that's it, and that's where it. Yeah, this is a great one that you do all the time, where you see the video of Lee going like this. He's finding his points of reference. That's what he's doing. It's taken me a while to explain it, but now I've got it figured out. You got to find your points. See, and you see me just slightly. Oh, there it is, right there. Once I find them, it's fine. The reason now I've gotten practicing it so much that I just know where they are. And once I have them there.
Still hitting good? Still good?
Yeah, he wants to
Call me tonight. We'll do it this week. I got a game, baseball game with my son Tuesday. Other than that, we're free the rest of the week.
Okay, well, we'll give you a call.
Holler at me.
All right, thanks. See y'all later.
Take care.
I'll see you this week. Write it down. You did good. Proud of you.
Find a decent piece of turf.
Be on TV.
We'll get you there.
Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy.
See, now we can talk about this too. You get a ball. Now, if you want to, your points of reference stay the same every time. So if you want to curve it, you can close the face to draw it, and you can open face to fade it. And you set up to where you want the ball to start. You aim the face at where you want the ball to end up. But then that's it. Now the shot's over. Now it's the same thing every time. The hosel goes back to your point of reference. Once you do that, it doesn't matter.
It accelerates through your point of reference.
Yeah, exactly. It accelerates through it. But you don't, for that matter, you really don't have to. If you want maximum power, you have to, but you can still kind of stop it, and it'll still be okay. That was a stop flip at it. You can still do that.
But when you flip it, it still speeds up the hosel. That's the thing about CMOTION. The hosel's always in an accelerating form, even if you're trying to stop it.
Absolutely.
You're not freezing the arm. You know how body holds shaft lean?
Yeah.
Well, that's the entire body stopping.
Yeah, you
follow
don't
what I'm
want
saying?
that. You
No.
don't want this.
No.
That's
That's the
stretch that out.
that's the back of kiss of death on the backhoe.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't matter. If you want lean, if you want shaft lean to hit the ball lower, put the ball behind your points, put it back here. That gives you your shaft lean, and then you just make the same swing, and you'll hit the ball lower.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Draw. Release.
Oh my God, you're gonna be hard to live with. You know that.
And if you and the same thing, the same thing is if you want to hit it high, you put it more up. Now the hosel's pointed back, but you still have the same points of reference, and you can hit it high.
Oh, that's sick. That's just sick.
And you can see they're all hitting. It's all in the same spots on the face. I'm wearing out that new club already. That's the only bad thing about new grooves. They're not going to last long because they're so small. But the biggest thing I could say in this video, and it's what everybody's not figuring out. So it's what I'm seeing wrong on the website. Is everybody's focusing about stuff that doesn't. They matter. Like the grip matters because it anchors the face, so the club's not torquing around. You know, I do it like that, where I use those fingers to hold it into the grip. And I would like everybody to do that, but if you don't, that's fine. You can interlock it, overlap it. I don't care.
You won't leverage it.
As long as you anchor it.
You won't leverage it.
Yeah, exactly. I want the club to be anchored.
The club's controlling you. Then you don't want that.
Yeah, I'm controlling the club, but in reality, I'm not controlling the club. Hit it again.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not controlling the
too.
club. This is what I had to find. This is what I found out the other day. I've wanted absolute control of the golf ball. That's what my goal is. I want to completely own what that ball does in flight. What I finally realized was I had to lose control of the club. Nobody on earth has control of the golf club. All you can control is this stick. You can't control this.
Bingo.
The way you control this is you have to anchor it into a position. But you can't control this. If you're trying to open the face and close it, you're never going to hit a golf ball straight. You're never going to time that. You don't have control over that. All you have control over is the stick that the hosel to the butt end makes. And if you have control of the stick, you'll be able to hit the ball consistently, which is what we're all trying to do. We're trying to hit the ball consistently. And the way you do that is by using those 4 points of reference and then getting the hosel to hit the same spot every time. Sit. 6 feet. I mean, that's it. And then it doesn't matter what club you hit.
Uh-oh. We're going for the big dog.
You got the hosel. I get my points of reference. I like to hit a little fade with my driver, so I'm going to put the ball in front of that point of reference. That's going to get, I'm going to hit a high fade. And I just set up where I want the ball to start, aim the face at where I want it to end up, and then use those points of reference and hit my high fade all day long.
You ain't that good.
I missed my mark by a little bit, but that's okay. It's a driver. It ain't supposed to be that accurate. People like Freddie Funk are just machines. You know, but there's a reason why he can do that. It's because he knows where his points of reference are. So he can replicate it.
Pro preceptors.
Yeah. But then on the same note, if you want to turn it over, I'll play it a little bit further back. Close the face a touch. But I'm still swinging the stick to the same spot. And I'll turn over and draw.
Oh,
that's good. Hit the pole. Hit it! Dude, I was like that. But that's how you can shape the shot. That's where shaping it comes from. And I'm going to tell you what, for people that think you can't shape clubs, that's a pretty big cavity back that I'm curving around. That's a gap wedge with that big old cavity. But that's just because I like the feel of it. So then once you have that, yeah, you can shape the shots. Like here, I'll hit a big sling and hook. I'm going to hook this about 20 yards. See, I'm closing the face way down, but my point of reference is still that hosel. Look at this thing curve. That's what you do when you got to hit around a tree.
They have trees in the middle of the fairway?
Well, no, but I don't hit it in the middle of the fairway every time.
Oh.
I'm not a robot. I will make a bad swing. And usually when I make a bad swing, it's because I lose focus. I'm not paying attention to my points.
Paying attention?
Yeah.
I've never heard somebody say pay attention.
Yeah. But that's what it is. I mean, you have to pay attention to the points. Once you have the anchor points or reference points, whatever you want to call them. There you go. I mean, other than, I've told the grip, dropping the club was my early way of hinge and extend. Hinge, extend. Now that's how I would describe it now instead of dropping the club. For reference, I've told you how to grip it with the pads of the fingers. You can grip it that way. That's the way I prefer you to do it. You can grip it however you want to. I don't care as long as you anchor the club face. The face doesn't move around. That's how, people ask how tight you need to hold it. Tight enough to keep the club from moving around.
Bingo.
That's it. Other than that, it doesn't matter. Then, once you have that, you get your points of reference set up. These 2 points are where your ball's going to start. The face is where it's going to end up. This needs to be in the middle. These 2 points need to be in the middle of these 2 points.
The ankles.
Yeah, the ankles. These
Thank
2
you.
points. Once they're in the middle, once that's all in the middle and that's set up, get the hosel back to your same position. I can't tell you how to do it any better than that. If anybody thinks that is not complicated enough, then you probably shouldn't be playing golf. Because that's the problem. That's what I hate. That's what I've been for years. That's why I don't take lessons. And it's why I haven't. Because people try to complicate it. It's not that difficult. People try to make it more difficult. From there, yeah, the pane of glass helps me know where I want my hosel to slide through. You're going to have to tinker with that and find where your pane of glass points so that you know which way you want the ball to curve.
Tell me about how we played golf here a few months ago when everybody was in town. Got a little frustrated with you on 6 because you wanted it complicated. Remember that? And it was simple, and I was frustrated because it's like it's simple, Tom. It's simple.
Well, yeah, and that's...
You're there now.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, that's.
It gets frustrating.
It wasn't my proudest moment.
Well, it wasn't mine, but
it's
it gets frustrating because it is
Simple.
It's so simple. I just had to figure out the way to word it for me, and that's where everybody's gonna have to figure out this stuff too. You know, this isn't something that Lee came and told me one day, and I went, okay, I got it, and he told me how to do it. He gave me the fundamentals, but I still had to figure it out on my own. This is learning. You're
Learning you.
I can tell you on a guitar where to put your fingers to make the notes, but the transitions between the notes, you're gonna have to learn to feel that. That's where your personal feel comes in. You know, it's not something I can just tell you how to do it and you can do it. You know, it's. My favorite analogy for like guitar playing like that is Eric Clapton didn't beat Eric Clapton overnight. Nobody's going to wake up one day and read 100 pages of a forum on a website and then go out and win the US Open. That's not going to happen. And if that's what you're trying to do, then go practice. Because that's the only way it's going to get there. Oh, man. That was a stinky. Just a good miss, though. See, I'm all riled up now. Like, it's frustrating. And I don't care if I say it, and I might piss some people off on that website too, but I don't care, because this is how you do it, and this is the reason why Hogan's drawings are the same way, because he's telling you everything in that book. 5 Lessons is CMOTION. He's telling you how to do it, but he's not going to give it to you. He's telling you where to look. The drawing of the ball position and the feet, he's telling you how to hit the shots. You know, he wanted a high ball flight with a cut with his driver, so he moves the ball way up. And then his wedges, he wants to trap the ball to spin it, so he moves it back. That's what he's telling you with that diagram. The pane of glass, he shows the pane of glass, but he doesn't show where the pane of glass is pointed. He wants you to figure that out on your own. He's not going to just give it to you. Once you figure that stuff out, you'll be able to hit good golf shots. I mean, I don't know, I'm littering that whole thing out there. Another ball. I'll shut up.
Doing fine, babe.
But there's no real instruction to it. I can tell you the fundamentals. Personally, Hogan called it his 5 lessons. I call it my own personal thing. I call it the 5-minute lesson, because all I'm going to do is show you those few things with the fundamentals. After that, you're going to have to go find it. You're going to have to figure out where, you know, for you, to describe it, your ball position may have to be behind this point of reference, or it may have to be in front of this point of reference, or it may be right on top of it. You may have to be more hunched over and let your shoulders sling it. I like to stand a little more straight up and down and go through it that way. But that's all stuff you're going to have to find. You know, I can't say copy me, because that's not going to work. I'm the only one of me that I know of, so. Toad it. Starting to lose him in the air. Oh, there it is. That went a long way. You know, that's it. It's the hosel. That's where the point. Impact is controlled by the hosel. If you don't use the hosel properly, you're never.
The radius of your circle is controlled by the hosel. The size of your circle is controlled. It's all
from the hosel.
Yeah.
Because the hosel is a point of reference.
Right.
The hosel is the only moving point of reference.
That's it.
That's the only one that's actually moving. You know, everything else.
The width of your arc, the length of your arc, the tightness of your arc, the speed.
Yeah, see, and like you talk about too, is this is how you can stand goofy. Yeah, this is a good one too. Because now I know where my 2 points of reference are, here and here.
That's right.
So I'm going to get this one in between those.
That's right.
Right on top of that point of reference. Once I have those there, then I just get the hosel there. And I hit it solid.
Every time.
Because that's where I'm adjusting everything to my points of reference.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you get a chair.
Oh shit. Shoot.
They're big kids on the website. They'll get over it. You gotta. How many people seen this shot? But you gotta find your points of reference. That one's there. That one's there. So I gotta get this foot further back to get it in between. Now you just can't swing that hard, but you can still get it out.
Oh my gosh. Right.
Yeah, it didn't go very far, but
Right.
it went right at where I was trying to get it. You can still get it out once you have the points
My
of
question
reference.
is how many people were even predicting impact? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
From there, you shouldn't even make contact.
Yeah,
But you did.
well, that's because I know where my point of reference is, and the point of reference at impact. I should make them names. I should initial them, like the impact reference point, the IRP, and then make the points of reference, because then once I know where that point is. I get that point all lined up. Then all I'm trying to do, no matter how my feet are, is I'm trying to slam the hosel down on that point. Once that's there, then it's gone. The face, that's why the shot, my golf shot, the draw, the fade, the low ball, the high ball, all of that stuff is set up before I take the club back. I do not change my golf swing with whatever club is in my hand. That's how I can repeat it. This game is difficult enough not to comprehend, but to just play.